Okay, so hello, good evening, welcome. Facebook wasn't working very well again, so here we are on YouTube. YouTube always confuses me a bit, so we were a bit slow to start, and for some reason it won't let me change the thumbnail either. So we'll have to work that out later. Anyway, so tonight is eCommerce Wednesday, which is fantastic. So we're going to get down to it just as soon as the audio confirms for me, because I just like to make sure that I'm actually going out, because that's always a reassuring kind of thing. I also can never find the URL, yeah, that's going to be another issue. Anyway, the URL, what the URL is. Okay, something's going on with the connection tonight, I think. Yeah, that seems to be what it is. Okay, anyway, let's see if we can do it. Okay, right. So I'm recording it locally, so hopefully at least that will work, if nothing else. Yeah. So hang on, what am I doing now? I think there are two of those up. I'm sure I closed that. Anyway, right. So let's go, because that was a bad start. Bad start. Okay. So eCommerce Wednesday. So I thought the theme of tonight would be an interesting one, which is basically how to be current, because the trouble with stores is that they can get a bit kind of old, because you fill them up with stock. Updating the stock is quite a lot of work. So how do we keep that kind of freshness going? Particularly to customers who are revisiting, and there's two kind of basically simple things that we can do for that. Let me just grab a circle from somewhere. There we go. So I'll do two circles. So there are two very simple cures for this, and basically one of them is going to be what we could call on-site, and the other one's going to be called off-site. Now they're quite grand words for what we're talking about, but at least we've got a name for them. So what do I mean by off-site? So basically all I mean is that we want a new front page content, and also ideally we want, let me just colour that so it's just a little bit more standing out a bit more, and secondly what we want really is what I call a badge. And the badge is just a high profile, high impact image, which is basically a button which links to the new the new thing. And I guess I guess we need a new thing. So the other thing we're going to do is create a new department or category or whatever you want to call it, which is going to be and it depends how often you want to update this, but if we're serious about it, it should be weekly, but at the very worst you do it monthly. So you're going to create basically a new category every week, and you may or may not archive the old ones, but they're going to have products on there which is again more ways to sell. So I'd be inclined to to keep them. I might take them off the menu but I'd have them around so that I could use them in campaigns and promotions. But however you do it, basically we want one new department every week, and it's a kind of a this week department, what's happening this week department. And obviously the great thing about that is it could be that you just copy products that you're featuring into that. It could be that you add new products into that, and it could be that you just add content that puts it into context. So in particular you could have a product page which has a video on it, and in particular you could just change the video, and then list the products below. So that's going to be the kind of easiest way to manage it. The reason why we want the big content change on the front page is that if somebody comes along to visit the store again, we want the change to be obvious. Okay, let me just check that I'm probably going out. Hang on, it's not happy for some reason. Anyway, I've got the recording if it isn't going out. At least I think wow, that's super slow. Okay, so so we want the front page changed so so any visitors come back know that something new's happened. We want this badge, this icon, this obvious button to basically to focus people and to go, hey, let's get your attention over here. So that's what we want to do in terms of this. Now in terms of offsite, which is another very grand way, just another grand term for saying just pigeonholing something, but what we mean by that is that anything that isn't on the store itself, and that's going to be several things. So you should be running new ads every day, if not every week, certainly every month, but if you're serious about it, really every day or every week. So new ads is going to be the thing, and that's obviously going to, well not obviously, but that's going to tend to attract new clients who haven't seen our store before. So the freshness for that isn't so important for those people. But what we do want to do with those new ads is that we want to tune in to what's current and make it seem that it's happening, and get a vibe going for what we're featuring this week. But more than anything, we want to make sure that they understand that it is a weekly tune in, so that next week it is going to be different, and we want to make sure that we state that and that it's obvious, so that they know that there's more fresh stuff coming, because that will get their interest peaking and let them know that they should be paying attention to us, because there's new stuff coming. So the new ads and things are changing every week. We need to make sure that they know that. The other thing that should be happening is in your list building, you should be building an email list of what's going on, and that's your biggest kind of push mechanism. And by push I mean that we can hit the button at any time we like, and we can just send the email and get hold of the people, rather than waiting for them to come back to the store or anything like that. So that's why the list building is so important. But we want to use that to push out our new featured stuff, basically. That's what we want to make sure that we're doing. We don't want to just keep sending them the same old stuff again. We want them to know that things are happening and they're exciting and that they're new. The other thing that we need to be doing is the remarketing. So even if they're not on our list, the remarketing gives us a way to show the next stage of our campaign to people, based on what they've already done. So if they've already been to the to the store, then we know that they've seen it, and we can follow up with them. But we can also go on the product level. So if they visit a particular product page, we can send them a feature for the next thing that they should be looking at. And if they've gone to checkout on something and you're tracking that, then we could use the opportunity to re-invite them to come back with a coupon code or something like that. But the main takeaway here is that we want to make it appear. I mean, it probably it's true, probably regardless. But what we need to do is we need to make it clear that new stuff is happening. And and that's why they need to keep us in mind. That's why they need to join our newsletter list or anything like that, or sign up to our push messages or messenger bots, whatever it is that you've got. And that's really the the thing to let them know that it's fresh every week, basically. And that's totally down to us. And the important thing that you understand about that is it doesn't matter if the product has or hasn't changed. I know that sounds a bit odd, but it's not about the product. Again, from the Christmas Frenzy course, which I'm selling at the moment. One of the things we mention is about not being about the product. It's about the framing, or the presentation, or or the news, or how you feature, or anything like that. How you feature the product. So you may have had the product in for 3 months, and people who have found it and know it and have, not noted it down because they're interested, maybe they know it, but you've had it for 3 months, and it's highly likely that other people haven't seen it at all. In which case, when you start featuring it or doing news about it, or you make it a featured product, or anything like that, or you put it on your your social feed, or you put it in your email list, or you put it in your advert campaigns, then it gives it a new lease of life and makes it new. And if you think about a traditional bricks and mortar shopkeeper, one of the main things that they keep doing is not just their display, but in particular their window display. And I'm sure you've noticed the larger supermarkets doing that as well, and the reason for that is that they want to know that they're changing their offers, and they've got something that's new and current, and something you've not seen before, and they want to get your attention to what their special is. And and that's twofold. It's not just because they want to sell their special. It's also because they want you to know that generally they have new stuff, because that will keep you interested and excited to come in. So that's why most bricks, all bricks and mortar shop really, worry about their window display, because that's how they know that they're going to get you to come in to take a second look. So it's not, again, it's not necessarily that they've got new product in. It's just that they are featuring, a new set of products, or products in a new way. Like they might have a themed, a Western week with cowboys and Indians. And it might be the same belts and the same shirt that they were selling last week, but now it's in a themed collection of cowboy and Indian theme, and then they might have some other things again which they may have been selling before, but maybe it's now more poignant, like a particular coffee or tea or drink, or an accessory which could be vaguely Indian because it's got feathers in it or something like that. But it's not just about featuring the new stuff. It's that when you feature, that's what makes it new. Okay, so I know that's a little bit kind of awkward to work out, but it's not the product that has to be new. It's the feature of a product that makes it new, because it's the feature. The feature is basically the news. And that's the biggest takeaway that you should have for this, because even if you don't have new stock coming in, we can make it seem as though fresh new things are happening. And also people will have missed a lot of stuff, and it's very legitimate to to get their attention on it, possibly for the first time. But again, even if you're just highlighting it for the first time, again, that's gonna put it front of mind, and make them reconsider it, in particular. So that's it. I think we'll stop there because there's a lot of technical issues tonight, so I don't know if it's even working. But I shall see you tomorrow. Hopefully things will be a bit smoother then, and I'll talk to you then. So that's it. Bye bye for now. Bye bye.